Well, hello and welcome to this edition of the Texas Drifter Channel. My name's Rick and it's very nice to meet you. If you're returning to the channel, thank you so much for coming back. Anyway, on today's show, we're going to go to the Brazos Point Bridge. It is an old historic bridge and it was the first bridge ever built that joined Johnson and Bosque County together. So Kay and I and the puppy, we're going to go over and we're going to see if we can make a little video out of it. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah. Yeah, pups. That's good, Kay.
Well, you gotta turn this way.
Yeah. Good.
And here we go to the river. I love it.
Can't even see the old bridge.
No,
'cause
the trees have covered it, but we're there. Yes, we are there.
Swallows or whatever that is.
It probably is swallows or yeah. Yes.
All right, guys, let's walk out on the bridge. I just wanted to tell y'all, I've been hunting over here. I have our hunting lease over here. Been hunting over here for almost 40 years now. But anyway, back when I first started coming over here, the new bridge wasn't here, and we had to drive on this old bridge. But anyway, I just wanted to share with you, it's just a one-lane bridge. If you met somebody on the other end or if somebody else was coming, you had to give them the way so they could come on, or they had to wait on you. But anyway, it was just a one-lane bridge. And I don't know, back in the old days, back in the days of the Model A and Model T, you may could have met two of them on here. But two modern day vehicles would not fit down this bridge. It's not very wide. All right, guys, I just wanted to give y'all a little history here on the bridge. Uh, this is a couple of articles that we took and just kind of suppressed them down into one little short story. But anyway, here we go. Here's your history lesson. Before, before European settlers came to the Brazos River Valley between the current cities of Cleburne, Walnut Springs, Glen Rose, and Copperell, the Native Americans, the Indians, used this area. They had a system of trails that they used to travel the area, and one they used to safely cross the Brazos River near the current day Brazos Point Bridge. So there used to be an Indian trail that ran through here somewhere. By the 1860s, settlers had moved to the Brazos Point area, and a store had been built, a mill, a gin, a church, and in 1873, the town was put on the map with a post office. Brazos Point. The development had encouraged the building of a ferry system, so there used to be a ferry used here to cross this river, and today they would have to have one because the river is up pretty high. We've had quite a bit of rain. And the ferry was built here in 1861 near the bridge that stands today. This system was much better for moving supplies, people, and livestock across the river than the pioneer method of chopping down trees near the river and rafting across the water. By 1910, due to the difficulties with flooding and an ever-changing river, the movers and shakers of that time began discussing and then planning a bridge that would cross the Brazos and connect Johnson and Bosque County together for the first time. This bridge was the first bridge to ever connect Johnson and Bosque County. I think that's pretty cool. The judges from both counties approved taxation to fund the bridge and had it built for a total of $20,970. Let me repeat that. $20,970. That is something else. It was quite impressive for its time, made of wood, steel, and concrete. Its length is 798 feet and its width is 18 feet 4 inches. It was opened and dedicated on January 28, 1915. It was written in the newspapers of the time that over 500 people for miles came around to the dedication that day. The old bridge was bypassed by a new one in 2000. That's the new one over there. And I know I think it was $1,200,000 to build that. So that's the difference in our times. And this information come from bridgehunter.com, texasescapes.com, and the article Legends of the Brazos Point Bridge by Jay Carlton. And if you're on Facebook, there's a Facebook page dedicated to the Brazos Point Bridge. There's all kinds of information. I know I've read this Legend of the Brazos Point Bridge article, and it's really good. It covers a lot of the history about this whole area around here. But anyway, there's your history lesson. All right, guys, we're fixing to pack up here, but we're going to run up to Brazos Point. Brazos Point's just a couple of miles down the road, and we're going to run up there. There's not much there anymore, but there is a church, and it's where the little community used to be, so we're going to go check it out. Guys, we are pulling up into what used to be Brazos Point. This is where it used to be.
I've always wanted to drive over by that little church. The Williams have.
Yeah, we're going to drive over here by the church.
I guess it's on the other side of the church because there's nothing behind it, huh?
This is the little church. All right, well, we're headed up this little gravel road towards the cemetery. This is probably an old cemetery. They've got it, looks like they've got it closed off here.
Oh, they do.
We're gonna ride up here and check it out though anyway. We're not gonna get out, but this is an old settlement. And right up the road here on Highway 56 is where Eulogy, that was another small little community. And then back before we got to the Brazos Point Bridge, there was another community called Five Oaks.
Old Brazos Point Cemetery. It's very small, but it's pretty out here. And it was, the land was given in 1869, so this cemetery's been here since 1869.
All right, guys, that's going to about wrap this one up. Anyway, if you're ever out here in the Bosque, Johnson, or Somerville County areas, and if you've never seen the old bridge, you ought to come out and check it out, man. It is pretty cool, and it is a visual piece of Texas history. And but anyway, that's going to about do it for this, and we hope to see y'all back here again. Thank you for watching.